I'm talking with Darren Tristano, who's the president of Technomic Research, talking about Gen Z and restaurants. Now, first of all, we need a definition Gen Z. I mean, there's probably some very specific age groups. What exactly is that?
Sure, there's a lot of variations, but the things you need to know about the Gen Z generation is ages generally 10 to 23 years of age. The easy way to remember it is those children that were born after the internet. And that makes it easier because they've lived their whole lives with the internet, and it's allowed them to engage in a different way socially than older generations.
The social media generation, you're saying?
Absolutely.
So, okay, so we have this group from that age bracket, and how many would you say approximately?
In terms of the number of gens? Oh, it's really, we really look at the future in terms of 2020, that this is going to be a very large group that's going to have greater spending power, obviously, as the boomers decline and age and pass off. This generation is moving up and will be about 30% of consumers by 2020.
Okay, so that 30% block, obviously a huge 1/3 of the consumer base of the country, how it affects your area of expertise, which is restaurants and dining out. So tell me a little bit about the challenges making Gen Z interested in dining out.
So we know a lot about the Gen Z, and they're very different from millennials. We learned a lot from millennials as they've aged, that they're very different from Gen X and the boomer generation. They're far more adventurous. They tend to go out more on social occasions, and they're very much have a different definition of what value is today. Value through affordability, but also through quality, through authenticity. So it's a very different challenge there for restaurant operators. The Gen Z generation, and having two that I own personally, 17 and 14, make it very easy on a day-to-day basis. So parents really understand this generation. They're looking for quality, they're looking for value, they're willing to spend more, especially if it's their parents' money and not their own. They're coming of age. They are now reaching the drinking age and starting to come out of college and start their lives, and those that obviously went from high school directly into careers. So this is a generation that loves to be on the go. So one of the big implications to the restaurant industry is smaller restaurants. This is a generation that says, I'm dining in less at restaurants. I'd rather have the ability to order it through my mobile device, to pick it up and to facilitate that level of transaction and take it away and eat it somewhere else. They love grab and go. They like this whole on-demand delivery where they can call Uber and get food delivered from the restaurant to the home. So the challenges today for the restaurant industry is, how do you serve the on-the-go consumer who doesn't want to be in your restaurant as much but still enjoys the quality of food away from the restaurant and in places they're more comfortable?
So big operators like the McDonald's of the world, they have to pivot because clearly they have a different model than that's talking about, although they're mainly takeout, of course, the fast food operations, but maybe not so much angled specifically to that particular bracket.
Well, I think McDonald's has prepared themselves quite well, in fact. They have changed from 1 to 2 drive-thrus at most locations. They have the convenience of that drive-thru, which generally services 70% of their total revenue. So ultimately, they're in a great position. They're also very affordable. And although this generation wants higher quality food, they're moving their platform to provide less additives, more natural, more premium products. So they're very well positioned for affordable, for quite a bit of value and better quality foods.
And in fact, I believe that they just unveiled their restaurant of the future, which is using touch screens for ordering and such.
Absolutely, and again, part of this is minimum wages going up, and that's going to impact the affordability of product if they can't do something to keep it really lower for them. So by adding these kiosks and touch screens, they're making more efficiencies, they're improving accuracy, and they're streamlining their labor so that they can save a few dollars that they don't have to pass on to the consumer.
Darren, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.